to the first speaker of the day. He is my Vice Chancellor, Professor Thairo. He's passionate about entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship education, especially among the youth. He also has a zeal for technology. This is so evident in the number of boards that he sits, including the World Computer Exchange, World Association of Industrial, Technical and Research Organization, Global Consortium on Higher Education Research in Agriculture. He has served as chairman of the Joint Working Committee of the African Institute for Capacity Development at JQuat. I could go on, and we would spend like 2 hours. So let me just let him do his thing.
Thank you, Jacqueline, and I'd like to take this chance on behalf of Inoorero University and all the Regional Center for Enterprise Development really to join the Business Mentors Association and all the partners who are here, ILO, KEPSAR. I must look so that I don't forget anybody. Youth Africa Organization, the KEPSAR, the Juakari associations, all those organizations which are mentioned here, and especially the Danish embassy, for the grant that has made this possible for us to be really here in terms of the Business Mentors program for capacity building. We are here this morning to launch the Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Business Mentorship Program Impact Report. And as we do so, it's my great excitement that we have got this far, and especially to see those who were involved in originating this program, working with the sector. Allow me to recognize people like James Muteti, Richard Muteti. Please just stand up, because it's important that people who are Niels, who are here. We have Daniel Huber, who agreed to be the trial, the first thing that they tried. These are the people who helped us craft this program, even in ideas creation. And we found that we could then put it as a program. So it's a very exciting thing to be here with all of you. Let me recognize, therefore, the people who are here. KEPSA, represented by Dr. Caesar Mwangi, who is a governor in KEPSA, but also the managing director of Sasini Limited, a very well-known company here. Jane Maigwa, a national program officer with ILO, a partner right from the beginning. I should have asked you to actually start up, because ILO was there at the beginning as we started this, and she heads the Decent Work Country program in ILO. Thank you, Jane. We have other people who are here who have worked alongside with us. Nancy Gitonga of the Africa Women Entrepreneurship Program. Thank you. And Richard, as I was mentioning about Richard Muteti, who is the CEO of Kenya National Federation of Juakali Associations. He's a director also of KEPSA, chairman COMESA Business Council, SMEs Working Group, and recently founder and chairman of the SME Africa Trust, working with African Union in development of SMEs. So you can see the power that is here in terms of SME world, and see how far that we have come. And so really, dear partners, all those who have gone through the Mentors program, the consultants who are here, feel welcome. And even the person from Makueni dealing with mangoes and processing and everything that can come from there, welcome. Because I noticed as if he's the one who came from the farthest, and there's much happening in Makueni, as you know, with the new elections that are coming. So I welcome you as we to this launch for this program, and excited to see the mentors, the mentees, partners who have come to be part of this program. I was just sharing with one of them who is in this program, Brian, and he came and sat with me and said, thank you for having started this program. For me, that is the real feedback because of the transformation that is causing in people's lives. In February 2011, through HUBA, the Regional Centre for Enterprise Development was established at Inoorero University. 2011, and it's only 2 years after that, and we are here, and we can start measuring the impact. It was set to, as a regional center, set to design a professional mentorship training model addressing the needs and the issues typically facing micro and small medium companies. The program was based on insights from using the experiential learning model gained at the Scandinavian International Management Institute in Copenhagen, which was then adopted in the EMBA program, which Dr. Niels has been involved in setting up this in cooperation with Copenhagen Business School. And this method of experiential learning is here understood as the learning method where the participants or students constantly apply models and tools of real-life cases. And when Brian was talking to me, he was saying that he has found this to be very valuable. These tools that one can apply not only in business, in life, beyond that, in the family, in terms of actually mentoring. I hope those who are here and who give us some experiences will be able to tell us about this in terms of experiential learning. This could be their supporting companies, a client company, or similar. The scholars involved in this program don't deliver classical exam reports producing theory. We have already been accused in Kenya how certificates-oriented we are rather than results-oriented. This is really for delivering results. And people are treating, discussing, and defending how they made the tools or theory concepts add value to the organization they're involved in. One important outcome of this program, or two outcomes which are very, very dear to my heart, are the Business Mentors Association, which means that the people who have come and have been trained in this program found it necessary to group together and create a professional body to guide us in terms of the future on how mentorship should be done in a professional way. If in accounting you have professionals, if in other areas, in doctors, you have professionals, in teachers, why is this important sector should not have people who drive it in a well-managed way? And therefore, one important outcome of this is the Business Mentors Association. The other one, which I regard as an important outcome, is the Practical Entrepreneurship Training Program, which was then developed under ILO, and with the help of ILO, again, Dr. Niels, Huber, we have Martin Tubura there, and Jacqueline. They were all involved in this program. And now we have a practical entrepreneurship program for addressing the issues of the youth. Indeed, today's launch marks a testament that through training in business mentorship, growth and sustainability in the small and medium enterprises can be achieved. That is basically the statement that is being made today in this launch. That through this business mentorship, it's possible to cross growth and sustainability in the small and medium enterprises, that this can be achieved. And this is really the thesis of this. And we have to show whether it is working or not. And therefore, with the synergy of partners who came together in 2010, and those who joined later, then we can say we have truly added a wealth of knowledge and resource, and we thank each one of you for being part of this journey for the new frontier in business mentorship. This program started with the goal of contributing to the growth of the sustainable micro, small, and medium enterprises in East Africa, and its expected outcome include creation of a critical mass of MSME entrepreneurship role models, motivated youth indulging in entrepreneurship, MSME participating in global business agenda, such as green business ICT and business, climate change, formalized businesses, and functional networking among MSMEs in East Africa and further afield. To date, 98 of the targeted 340 individual mentees and 100 of the targeted group of mentors and of the targeted 200 group mentees were being supported. In addition, 83 of the targeted 90 mentors have been trained in the 3 consecutive cohorts. The program supports mentees under 2 mentorship submodels, individual and group mentorships. Mentees supported under the individual mentorship submodel were the subject of this evaluation, and majority, 38% of them, were aged between 25 and 35. Under the group mentorship submodel, the program, in collaboration with Enablers through Enablers Business Competition Launchpad Business, Launchpad 1212 and 2013, together with Inoorero University, we facilitated an entrepreneurship awareness sessions for 2,500 youth across the country in about 22 counties. And therefore, Inoorero University continues to be the training partner to these bodies in terms of the Launchpad, and it has been done for the last 3 years. Out of the 2,500 youth trained across the counties, 100 enterprises, most of which were at the startup phase, were identified and mentored by the program on various components of business planning. Now, the report in terms of impact that is being launched today further documents, despite the often harsh business environment in which the MSCs operate, it was noted that significant growth has actually occurred. I think that's what is important. The main areas of growth were in business strategy, management characteristics, and farm characteristics. It's against this background that we can categorically argue that the business mentorship does have a critical role in growth and sustainability of SMEs in Kenya and the larger East African region, and we believe in the African region. Our group involving people in RCED, Maureen, and Jacqueline, and Daniel Huber, although he's out of IU now, but he's still here collaborating with us, were in Leipzig, Germany, and they just came back on Friday through this, what is called the CEPT program. And we are collaborating with 5 universities in Africa, 1 in Ghana, 1 in Dar es Salaam, 1, of course, we ourselves, 1 in Addis. Where is the other one? If we are 5. And Rwanda, yes. And I think what was, from what I've been informed, what was very, very significant is that in these other 4 countries, there's nothing like this. That this is a very, very important initiative that has been started here in Kenya, and that we have the capacity with all of you, not just IU, with all the partners, to be able to accelerate this to the rest of the African region. How it will be done is another chapter in which we must be involved, all of us. So then the center, working with our partners, will deliberately pursue the following key areas in order to solidify and further concretize the achievement thus far: enhancing program learning through monitoring and evaluation mechanisms which address higher program learning levels by ensuring that lessons learned and best practices will expand learning opportunities for the program; to improve the MSMEs' internal and external relations by working with Professional Business Mentors Association, and we encourage all the mentors to be part of this pioneer professional network and steer the industry in a more structured and effective way, because we believe that if we create an important threshold of the business mentors, then this is going to be sustainable as we move on. That then for the university must continue re-engineering this program, and one of the issues that we are seeing coming through is that the university must offer sector-specific MSc business mentorship, because either in the green business or in agribusiness or ICT, there are specific issues that need to be picked up. And so that's an area we'd like to look at. And then being a depository hub, which will offer practical resources to SMEs, research, provide the necessary industry research, and provide value-added service to SMEs. Be an important repository so that all of you can come back and check on how the sector is doing and all the characteristics, the statistics that is needed, then will be an important and therefore continuous engagement. And then, of course, strengthen the strategic partnership of all the stakeholders in the industry, local and country governments and the private sector. And that, of course, this should be a continuous exercise. And finally, that we will continue to work with the government in meeting the Vision 2030 through the designated economic flagship, and through this, of course, even with the other courses that has come out of this, the practical entrepreneurship program, especially focusing on the youth, and therefore will be able to address the issue of youth unemployment. So under the country's long-term development blueprint, the Vision 2030, MSMEs have been underpinned as an integral in achieving the targeted and ambitious 10% annual growth in the country's underperforming economy. And although the majority of especially micro and small enterprises operate on the fringes of the formalized economy, resulting in low productivity and poor working conditions, this is something that we are hoping that through the interventions that then we are creating together, will slowly be part of the past, and we'll see fundamental growth from informal to really formal, and the issues of employment creation then can be undertaken in these areas. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to spend a lot of time lecturing you into the things that you already know. We came here to launch this evaluation report, the Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises midterm report on business mentorship, the impact, and this then will be available as a first blueprint document which has come through, which should inform us then what should be our next steps. So again, Jacqueline, thank you, and all of you that have been here for allowing me to do this. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Thairu. Next, we have the man who said that great things come in small packages, Mr. Richard Muteti. Karibu.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Thairu, the Vice Chancellor of Inoorero University, Madam Nancy Gitonga from the African Women Entrepreneurship Program, Dr. Niels, RCED Advisor, Dr. Caesar Mwangi, my colleague at KEPSA, my colleagues from KEPSA, mentors and mentees, distinguished guests, good morning again. I just want to give just a small brief about the MSE sector in this country. And I would like to say that the MSME sector in Kenya has really come a long way. It is not until recently that the MSME sector was mainstreamed in this country. Some time back, the MSME sector was being mentioned in passing. Studies were done, but there were no connectivity between those studies and the practical practitioners on the ground. When I joined the MSE sector, and I need to introduce myself, sorry, I'm the Chief Executive of the Kenya National Federation of Jokali Associations and a Director at KEPSA representing MSEs. I'm also in charge of the East Africa Community Market Access Initiative under the EAC,